Hello, Flutter experts. In today's session, we are going to explore two critical functionalities for our user application, which is user authentication and the profile management. These features are pivotal for creating personalized and secure user experience. So let's jump right in. We will start by implementing two key authentication functions in our application: user registration and user login. So this functionality will interact with Firebase authentication to handle the creation and verification of user accounts. Let's add the authentication functionalities into it. So I'll be just going to my Firebase console. So we just need to enable all the necessary things here. So first we just need to enable our this authentication thing. So I'll be just clicking on that. After that we will be just redirecting to this page. So here we will be just clicking on get started. So after that, whatever providers we just need to enable, so we will be just doing that. So in our case we will be just doing enabling our this email and password and the Google one. So I'll just do that, which will be this, and we just don't need this email link. So we just don't want to verify the email for now. So I'll just let it be disabled. So I'll just save this, the email one, and this is, there you have it. So I'll just now click on this new provider. So I'll be just enabling the Google one also. So here I'll just enable this, and now we will be just selecting the email. So for me, my email, the account is created, so I'll just select that. After that I'll just save this. So that's it. Now I'll just done this thing. So how Google is also enabled. So now the next we just need the Firebase file store database in our application and this storage. So we will be just also enabling those. So I'll just select that, and after that we will be just redirected to another screen. So here we will be just enabling the database. So we will be just create the database. So you can just select your location. So I'll just let it be United States. So I'll just click on the next button, and now I'll just select on this production mode, and I'll just enable that. After creating your database, you just need to come and the rules, and you just need to change some kind of rules here. So we will be just able to store something into this database. So we will be just selecting and this false and switching to true. So we can be just able to just do that, which will be true, and that's it. I'll just click on this publish, and there you have it. We are good to go, and great, now it is done. So the last one, we just need to this also this storage to store our images, and we will be just clicking on this get started button, and same, we will be just clicking on the next, and after that I'll be just selecting the location. So for that I'll just click on done, and we will be also changing the rules for our storage. So we can be just able to add some kind of images into it. So for that we just need to make it to the true one. So I'll just do that, and after that I'll just publish it, and we are good to go. And when it is published, so yeah, we are done with this Firebase console for now, and I'll just go to my this registration page, so we can be just able to register. So we will be just moving to our registration page. So for that we have not configured that yet, so we will be just doing that. So I'll be just moving to my profile screen, and we will be just tackling this issue. So we can be just able to um, move to our that login screen basically. After that we will be just going to our login screen. So yeah, I'll just configure this to login screen, and we will be just coming to our this profile screen later on. But for now, when I just click this button, so I'll be just moving to my that um, login screen, and on the login screen we can be just switching to our, which will be navigator dot post name, and now we just need the route name. So for that we will be just calling our this register. So what is the class name for our this registration class? So I'll just move this, and this is register screen. So we have the route also, so I'll just do that, and after that we will be just calling the route. So first we just need to import this. After that we will be just getting the route here, so I'll just do that, and that's it. I'll just do this, and I'll just save this, and after that we will be just clicking on this button, and we will be just moving to our this login button, basically sign in button. We just move to registration screen. So yeah, that's it. We will be just doing that. We can just move to sign in and the sign up button, but now for now we will be just configuring this registration page so user can register the email and just uh, store it into our database. So after that we can be just log in on that user name basically. So for that I'll be just moving to my registration page. So here first thing first, so later on we will be just also configuring something loading thing here. When user clicks on the sign up button, so we will be just showing the sign up thing here. So for that we just need variable to check if it is in the loading state or not. So for that I will be just creating a boolean which will be as loading. So for me it is false first, so that's it. So now we will be just managing our loading thing using this variable. So we will be just managing it with our code. So now for that we can be just able to create the Firebase auth instance here, so we can be just able to access our Firebase things. So for first we will be just creating an instance here which will be final, and I'll just use the auth, and I'll just initialize my Firebase auth which will be Firebase auth, and we just need to import this, and after that we will be just calling the Firebase auth.instance, and there you have it. We are done. Now using this auth we can get the functionalities for our registration thing. So yeah, first thing first, so we will be just in this part we will be just testing our Firebase registration. So we will not be sending and saving our this kind of images. So for that we just don't want any warnings on our screen. So for now I will be just commenting this section, so we could just test our application while we are just testing something. So yeah, I'll just comment that, and now we will be just and we will be just now use this basically try and catch, so we can be just able to catch any kind of error. So if any kind of error occurs, our application should not be crash or um, behave like just show the error on the screen or on the console, but it should not be crashed or the hang one. So for that we will be just handling our errors in the try catch statements. So for the try, so we will be just doing that, and it will be just using the Firebase auth. We will be just also doing the Firebase which will be auth exceptions, and now it will just throw an error while an error occurs. So we will be just doing this also, which will be error, and the same thing here. For that we will be just using our app methods to just throw the message on the screen. So for that I'll just make it await, and now I'll just call my app methods, and now here we will be just showing the error, and I'll just configure that. So for that we just need the subtitle. For the subtitle I'll just write an error has been occurred, and I'll just show that error basically, which will be this, and done. I'll just save this. So after that we will be also using the catch one, so which will be um, how that catch, basically try and catch thing. So here we will be just using this catch and the error, and now the next we will be just copying this thing here from here, and I'll just paste this in the header. So here we will be just showing some kind of friendly message on the screen that it will just not include the Firebase thing. So for that we will be just using the header.message. Forgot to go, and here we will be just using the message in our catch part. And now what next we will be just doing using this finally. So if all the things are done, we will be just setting our this basically is loading things to false. That means it is completed all the things here. So now it should not be just on the loading state, so we will be just making this to the false. And on the try part we will be just clicking on this button, so it is in the loading state, so we will be just making it to the true one. And in this basically this part we will be just also configuring that, but we will be just using the set state, and I'll just make it to true, so we can be just able to refresh the screen and manage the status as well. So now I'll just be calling this await function, and now I will be just calling that thing basically the auth, and we can just be able to register. So for that I'll be just using that auth, and after that auth we will be just calling auth dot create user with email and the password, and email and passwords are basically coming from this controllers, so I'll just provide them, so which will be this email controller. So I'll just use this text, so we can be just able to provide the text. So this text is basically necessary, so we just need to provide that. So for that we will also be using this trim, so we can be just solving some kind of for that spaces kind of issues, so it is necessary to do that. I'll just using this password controller. After this password controller, the text and the trim. Great, now I'll just do that. I'll just set this. So we just want to show some kind of message to the user, that user should be aware about that the login or the sign up or the registration has been successful or not. So for that we just need to show a message there. So for that we will be just using the package which will be Flutter Toast. So for that I'll be just installing that, which will be um, Flutter Toast. I'll just go to the pub.dev here, which will be pub.dev, and on that we will be just searching for the Flutter Toast, and after that we will be just installing that. So we will be just coming to the installing tab, and I'll just copy this, and I'll just go to my pubs.py YAML file, and after that I'll just install this here. So I'll just save this, and it will be just install in our this package, and then we will be just going to code. So I'll do one thing here also. I'll be just going to my this readme section, and we will be just copying that example. So I'll just do that. After that I'll just copy this, and I'll just paste this on this section basically here. And now we will be just importing this Flutter Toast. So if we just get some kind of errors, so I'll just set this, and yeah, now we just need to import this package we have just installed, so I'll just do that. Great, now here I'll just show the message which will be an account has been created, and that's it. I'll just save this from here and we are good to go. So now I'll just do what? So I'll just create an account here for me. So for that I'll just call this Noman Nisar, and I'll just give it a email address to it, which will be anything, which will be noman@gmail.com, and I'll just give it a password 123456 123456, and I'll just click on this sign up button, and error has been occurred. No Firebase app default and has been created called Firebase initial app. So yeah, we have not just created our Firebase or initialize our Firebase into our that main.dart. So for that we just need to initialize our Firebase. So for me I'll be just creating and initializing that. So for me we will be just doing that, which will be Firebase dot initialize app, which will be this and this. So I'll just make it a wait. I'll just make this async, and I'll just save this, and now I'll just click on the sign up button. Up to date, we are still getting that kind of error, so I'll just auto restart this. So we are just getting that error, so yeah, we will be just solving this. So I'll just remove this from here, and now I'll just do something else. So we will be just um, using the Firebase future. So for that we will be just doing that. So for me I'll just do this. I'll just wrap this multi-provider widget with the widget, and here now we will be just using our future um, builder. So for that we will be just handling that. So for that we just need the future builder and the future one, and now the future comes from where, so we will be just tackling that also. And this requires a builder also, so I'll just provide the builder, and the builder requires the snapshot and that thing. So for me I'll just do that. um Great. So the future is basically coming from where, so it is coming from the Firebase initialize app. So I'll just do that. So Firebase is equal and the initialize app, and that's it. So now we just need to return something here, but before that we will be just checking some kind of condition here. So for that we will be just handling something for which if our application is in the waiting state, so we will be just showing the waiting state message, and if it occurs some kind of error, so we will be just showing that error also. So for me I'll be just checking some kind of conditions here. If this snapshot dot uh, connection state, basically here comes this, and if this is equal to um, connection state dot waiting, so I'll just show her circular indicator there. So for me I'll just use the const, which will be his scaffold, and inside this scaffold I'll be just using the body, and I'll just make this into the center, and I'll just use this and the circular progress indicator, and great, I'm done for this. And I'll just be checking else if, so we can be just able to check some kind of other conditions. So for that, if it is in the error state, so we will be just checking if it is error, so we will be just also tackling that error. So for me I'll just copy this basic scaffold have created there, and I'll just paste this, and now I'll just use the mm, this basically text here, which will be selected. So user can just be able to select that text. So selected text, so I guess that's selectable. So that is selectable text, yeah. So now I'll just do that, which will be this, and error has been occurred. So now we can be just able to show that error also to the user. So for me, I'll just doing that, which will be snapshot dot error. Great. Now we just remove this const and I'll just save this. And the next we will be just also now returning this thing. So we will be just using this return, and which will be return. So we are just getting this error. So yeah, we just need to remove this parenthesis from here, and now we will be just providing it here, and now we just need to just semicolon that, and we are good. So next we will be just now hotly starting our this application from here. And the next I'll be just going to my profile screen again, and I'll just click this login button. So we are getting that no Firebase if default has been created, called firebase.initialize app. So I'll just kill my this program from here, and now I'll just um, okay, I have just killed my application and have rerun my application, and I have got some kind of errors. I have solved them. I'll tell you what I have just done here. First thing, so we have just headed this kind of material head into our this scaffold which we were returning. So here just wrap your this scaffold with this material application, so you will not get the directionality error. So yeah, whatever, however this scaffold you are using, how many scaffold you are using, just return it with the material, so then you will be just good to go after that. And the next thing, you just need to initialize your Firebase, and you just need to add these options and option property. After that, Firebase options, and you just need to add all of these information. So you will just get your information from your Firebase console, and the API key from your Google JSON file. This file, Google services.json. So I have added some kind of static strings into my this constants directory or constants class, and I'm just getting them. So yeah, I have just added these. Please just use your own API key, and all of these information your own. I'll be just adding them. uh, you will not get these, so please use your own API key, your app ID, your messaging center ID, and your project ID, and then you will be just good to go. Okay, after that we will be just now signing up for our user. So first we will be just adding the name, which will be Noman Nisar, and I'll just give it an email, which will be noman@gmail.com. I'll just add a password 123456 123456, and I'll just click on this sign up button, and our account will be created, but so an error occurred. So yeah, the user is already exist, I guess. So let me just check it on the Firebase console, which will be Firebase console. Okay, the basically it is created here. So I've just got some kind of error message. I don't know why, but we will just try it for our um, login, so we can be able to log in on this account or not. So for that we will be just moving to our login screen. And first thing first, so we will be just getting this error, basically the don't use build context as across async gaps. So we will be just tackling this warning also. So I'll be just checking if not mounted, so you just need to return something, so that will just solve this warning. So I'll just copy this also, and I'll just paste this here, and after that I will be just going good to go, and I'll just copy all of these and I'll just paste it into my that um, login function. So I'll just copy this, and after that I'll just go to my login screen class, and now I'll just paste this. So basically this is this, and login, I'll just paste this, and we just need to create this basically as loading here, which will be bool as loading is equal to false to just manage the loading state. And after that we just need to import all of these. So we also just need to create this Firebase auth instance on the top. So I'll be just doing that, which will be final Firebase auth, which will be final auth is equal to Firebase auth. And I'll just import this, and now I'll just get the instance, which will this, and I'm done. So now we will be just using this and just getting all of the informations from there, and now we just don't need this basically. So for that now we just need to use the sign in thing, so which will be sign in with email and the password, and I'm just good to go. So here now just need to import this toast thing. So this is not an error, so I'll just use the background is blue. And now we just need to change import how this material thing here also. I'll be just importing that, and that's it. Now when we are just so now when we are just done, the login is successful and it is authenticated. So we just now need to move to the next screen. For me it will be our root screen, so I'll be just doing that. So we will be just redirecting to the root screen after the authentication is completed. So here I'll just change this with this basically um, that login successful. So we were just getting that error message because we were just sending that message, that error message, when just created in account. So we were just getting that because of this, and we will change that also. And now we will be just after that now we will be just moving to the next page, which will be navigator dot push replacement, um, which will be push replacement name, and now we just need to provide the route, which will be root screen dot route. So I'll just import this root screen, and now we will be just getting the route. Great. Now we are also getting that error here, basically the build context thing. So I'll just copy this thing from here, and I'll just paste it here, and how error will be solved. And now we will be just trying to log in. So we will be just tackling this issue later on, but yeah, I'll just do that, which will be noman at gmail.com, and our password was 1 2 3 4 5 6. Great. I'll just click on the login button, and we are just getting it, that error basically. Okay, we are just getting some kind of null check error on the line 54 as we are getting on the debug console. So now we will be just tackling that issue, but we will be just commenting these for now, and we will be just um, checking this why we are getting the null safety check error from the form validation. So we will be just doing that. Now we will be just checking on sign in ending for our the account which we have created. So I'll just click on the login button, and that's it. Now we are got that message login successful, and we are done by logging and with Firebase and register using the Firebase. And next we will be just managing how this profile screen if user is logged in. So we will be just um, showing logout, and if it is not login, so we will be just showing the login button. So for that I will be just moving to our login profile screen basically. So there you have it. This is the profile screen. So here I'll be just bringing some kind of changes. Okay, here on the top of this screen, now I will be just creating um, the user instance, so we can be able to just get that. But before that we just need to convert our this stateless widget to the stateful widget. So just click on this stateless widget, and then on the bulb icon to convert to a stateful widget. So there you have it. Now you are just done by converting it to a stateful widget. After that, now we will be just creating the user, which will be coming from Firebase auth basically. So we will be just getting the current user information, which will be Firebase auth, and we just need to import this. So I'll be just doing that, importing Firebase auth, and now we will just create an instance from there our current user. So to get the information of the login user, which will be current user. That's it. So now we will be just using this and changing the button icon basically. So basically it will be the login, and now we will be just checking on the basis of that user is logged in. So just show this and show that. So for that I'll be just calling my user, and if it is equal to null, it means that no user is logged in. So just show the login button, simple. And now for that, if some user is logged in, so just show that logout icon on the button, which will be icons dot logout. So we just want to remove this const basically. So now I will be done, and same thing we will be just doing it with this text also. So for that I will be just removing this const first, and then we will be just calling that user is equal to null. So just show this login, and else we can be just able to do that basically. So that logout, and I'm good to go. I'll just save this, and now let's see what we will be just getting here. And now I'll be just moving to my this profile screen, and as we are just logged in, so we are just getting this logged out. So now the thing, um, we will be just also signing out our user. So for that now we will be just doing this basically. Now I'll just change this on plus function to the async. So the future basically Firebase functions are some kind of future functions. So now we will be just using the await and this async keyword here. So now we will be just checking if user is basically logged in or not. That we will be just showing some kind of um, on press functionality according to that. So first we will be checking if user is equal to null. It means that the on we will be just configuring the on press function, which will be just going to login screen. So else we will be just showing some kind of warnings if a user is already logged in. If the user clicks on this logout button, so we will be just showing a warning that are you sure you want to log out from here. So we will be just tackling that, which will be health, and that will be wait for some times as. And now we will be just calling my helps methods, and it will be show warnings. It will be show header or warnings, and that's it. Now we will be just giving it some kind of subtitles. Are you sure? And now for the function, we'll be just giving it the function also. So for that, we will be just using this one, basically async keyword. And now we will be just calling the Firebase auth instance, and which will be Firebase auth, which will be dot instance. And on that instance, now we will be just calling the sign out. And then we are just done by signing out the user from our this application. And then we will be just moving to our login screen again. So I'll just copy this, and I'll just paste this here, and I'll just save this, and we are just getting some kind of errors or warnings basically. Don't use build context across the async gap. So that's it. We just also tackle this by just adding this basically if not mounted, so just return. I'll just save this, and now I'll be just moving to my this profile screen as we just getting the logout. So it means that user is already there. So yeah, are you sure? Okay, basically we are just getting this. So I'll just um, do one thing something else. So for that, now we will be just adding that as error to false. So I'll just save this. Basically it is not an error, it's a warning, so I'll just do that. So I'll be just moving to my profile screen again, and now I'll just click on the logout button, and yeah, now when I just click this OK button, so we are just logged out and return to our that login screen basically. So the next thing, we will just make our this sign in with Google button functional. So we will be just doing that in this video also. So sorry for that, how this video is becoming much lengthier. So we will be just doing something and covering all the login things in one video. So we will be just tackling and solving other problems on the other part. So I just want to make the Firebase section in part 5. So there should be five parts for this Firebase. So that's the reason I'm just making all the login and authentication things in one video. So we are covering this, so please don't skip anything. You will be just going good to go. So now we will be just also tackling this sign in issue. So for that, now we will be just going to our widget, basically the Google button, which will be auth and the Google button. And here in the Google button, we will be just converting so not so for that we will be just letting this stateless. So we will be checking that if we just need to convert that or not later on, but for now it is okay. uh, and now what we just need to do, so first thing first, we will be just creating a function here which will be future and the void. And after that, now we will be just getting that Google sign hen. So now we are just creating an function here basically. So I'll be just making something required here, which we just need to make it required the build context. So we will be just getting requiring this build context. So I'll be just adding that, which will be context. And now we just need to make this async because it's a future function, and I'll just do that. And now we will be just calling that instance with the package of the Google sign-in, which we have headed in our previous video lectures. the package was Google sign in, so I'll be just creating an instance from there. But first I'll be just doing this is equal to Google sign in, so we just need to import it, and now you're just getting that context. So now we will be just calling that basically the final, and I'll just Google account is equal to await, and now I'll be just calling this Google sign in, and we are getting the functions from there which will be sign in. So sorry, which will be Google sign in, this one basically. So now it not need this context for now. Now we will be just doing that, so I'm really sorry about that. Now we can be just able to get the sign in function for there. Great, now that's it. Now we will be just checking some kind of conditions here. For that we will be just doing if this Google account, this one is not equal to null, it means that it's not null, so not equal to null basically. And that now we will be just checking the tokens and the access token of that. So for that now we will be just checking and getting the instance from the Firebase Google Auth, which will be Google Auth is equal to await, which will be Google account, and I'll just use that authentication, and that's it. Now we will be just checking if the access token is not null and the Google ID token is not null, so we will be just performing some kind of actions on that basis. So have this Google Auth dot access token, so we'll be just getting that not equal to null, and that Google Auth dot ID token, which will be ID token is not equal to null, so let's just get that. So now we will be just using this try thing here. After the try we will be just also getting the on Firebase thing, and we just want to catch the header also, which will be this and header, and great. So now we will be just showing that header, basically getting that header. So we will be just tackling that also, but before that now we will be just also catching that, which will be catch and the header and that. Great, now we will be just performing this and making functional. So on the try part we will be just first getting the results, which will be storing in the auth result variable is equal to await. Great, now we will be just using the Firebase instance, which will be Firebase auth dot instance, and now we will be just using that Google provider credentials. So we will be just using that sign in with the credentials, which will be sign in with credentials, and from where we are just getting the credentials, we were just getting it from the Google Auth provider, which will be Google Auth provider, and on that we will be just providing the access token and this ID token into it. So we will be just getting that property. Yeah, sorry, that will be Google Auth provider dot credentials, and after that we are just good to go. And now we will just provide the access token to it, which will be Google Auth dot access token, and the next thing which will be ID token, and we'll be just getting that also, which will be Google auth.id token, and that's it. So I'll just set this from here, and now we will be just going to this section on Firebase auth cache section basically. So here we will be just um, but first we will be just moving to our that root screen when this is successful. So for that I'll be just using some kind of widgets bindings here, so which will be just widgets bindings. We'll just take an instance from there, and now we will be just using the head post frame callback. So before all of the things, this thing should be called, and now we just don't want this timestamp, so I'll just make it this underscore from here. And now we will be just making this async, and on this body part we will be just going to the root screen basically. So if it is successful, navigator, which will be dot push replacement named, and now we will be just calling our that root screen, which will be root screen dot route name, and I'll just done. So if it is successful, we will be just moving to our that this screen basically. So now we will be just handling the errors also. If we get some kind of errors, what we just need to do, so I'll just copy all the things here, this widget, so we can just don't get any kind of errors. So I'll just now catch the errors. So for that, now I'll just call my that f methods function, which is await my app methods, and now I'll just call the show warnings something that, and now I'll just show that errors here. So basically an error has been occurred here. So on the function part I'll just leave that empty. So now we will be just showing that error also to the user, what error we are just getting. So I'll just do that, which will be error message, and I'll just do this function empty for now. I'll just let it simple as that, and great, now we are just getting that. And for this, now we will be just also copying this thing to just give it in the cache, and I'll just paste this, and now I'll just remove this message, and we are just done. And I'll just remove this, so interpolation, and now on the on paste function of this, so we will be just calling how that function, basically this function which we have just created, which is Google sign in. So I'll just do that, which will be this the context, and the context will be the context. Great. So I'll just save this, and now I'll be just going to my profile screen again, and I'll just go to this login, and now I'll just click on this sign in button, and there you have it. We are just redirected to our Google account. So for me, this emulator has no Google account signed in, so we are just not unable to sign in from here and show you guys. But yeah, you can just sign in according to this thing. So we are just redirected to Google sign in page basically. So yeah, with user authentication, profile management, and Google sign in now integrated into our application, we have significantly enhanced the user experience. Users can register, log in, and even sign in with the Google accounts. In the next session, we will explore additional features and optimizations. So keep fluttering. and stay tuned.